Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michael White, and I've been a Special Olympics athlete for 13 years. I feel very honored to be able to introduce to you my amazing friend and fellow athlete, Dan Tawalski, who has also been an athlete for 13 years. Dan and I would like to share with you a very special story, and we believe that will give you a better understanding of what we are all about. You see, last year during our summer track and field events here at Towson University, I was reminded of an inspirational story that my sister's lacrosse coach told her team 13 years ago. And now Special Olympics Round has now adopted this as a new theme for this year. Some of you may have heard the story known in the sports world of Hold the Rope. Nobody seems to know exactly where it started. But every year teams from all over the country and from all over the state win championships. And the one thing that all these teams have in common is that they hold the rope. What is hold the rope, you ask? That phrase is used to describe the best in teamwork and sportsmanship among all of its players. The story tells you to imagine yourself hanging from a cliff with a drop of 20,000 feet, and the only thing that's keeping you from falling is that one person of your choice at the other end who you know you can count on to have the determination to pull you to safety. That person will not let go because he will be there to make sure that you get stronger and to see to it that you succeed. This is also a story of ultimate friendship among teammates. Coaches tell their players to look at every member of their team and ask themselves who will hold the rope for them. They also ask each other players if they will be there for their teammates. The teams who can say not one, but all their players can be counted on are the ones who will be the champions. We think Special Olympics is the greatest example in the sports world of hold the rope. Last year, many of us witnessed the ultimate demonstration of Special Olympics holding the rope. This is where my buddy Dan comes in. And of course, our special friend, the Ravens center, Gino Brakowski. You see, Dan is losing his eyesight and eventually will have no vision at all. Sports have become more difficult for Dan, and he was starting to think that he would be unable to participate in the future. He was also starting to feel very isolated. Special Olympics and Dan's buddies were not about to let that happen. Dan is our teammate and is always one track with us. But with his poor eyesight, it is difficult for him to see the lines on the track. If he should run the lines while running, he will be disqualified. So when it came time for Dan to run his individual race and as anchor for his relay team, it wasn't a problem after all. That's because Dan's teammates, friends, volunteers were there to hold the rope for him literally. They stood along the lines on the track that he needed to follow and held the rope that Dan would touch as he ran his events. Each person will let go as Dan got to them, and he finished his races without any problem. In fact, his relay team actually won the gold medal. Go ahead, Jay. That day, the champion was revealed in Dan and everyone else on the track. Last winter, Dan was able to compete in snowshoeing when Mike Sarnowski, our community sports director, came up with this idea for Dan to use a rope. And this time, Dan plans to return and compete again this coming winter. Now, I mentioned that Gino is a very special part of the story. He was also seen that day volunteering and holding the rope for all of us athletes. In fact, he was at one end of the rope that we held for Dan. What really meant so much to us was that he was there the morning after his celebration of the Super Bowl championship and receiving his ring. And while I bet some of his teammates were still sound asleep. Thank you for being here. It takes many people to hold the rope and to change lives of all of us athletes. Our families, coaches, volunteers, staff, sponsors, community members, and of course, our law enforcement Torch Fund family. They are all our heroes, and we are all champions together. Thank you.